How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So I'm currently out here at the range, so just be mindful. You probably hear gunfire in the background. Nothing to be too worried about. Shouldn't mess with the audio too much either. So one thing that I wanted to do kind of an update video on is this carbine right here. And this is my duty weapon clone that I created. So the last time I did a video on this, it was probably 2 years ago, honestly, and some changes have occurred to this platform, some pretty good changes. So I just wanted to share with you some of the things and give the full rundown again, just to how to do an M4 clone. And this is pretty accurate, as close as I can get it. At least I'm willing to get it for the money, because there's a couple parts on here which I will explain that are a little bit more expensive that I am not going to go to. So starting off, we're going to go from the front to the back just to show what is on it and everything, fun stuff like that. So up here I have, well, let's go with the upper first. So the upper is a BCM 14.5 inch carbine upper with a government profile barrel with a 1-in-7 twist on it. So being a 14.5 inch barrel, it's considered technically a pistol, even though there's a stock on here. So had to do something to it, and that would be the A2 extended flash hider. So this brings the barrel length to a 16.2 inch length, which is required for you to have it as a rifle and a stock. So this is considered a rifle right now, which it is within legal parameters, which I have checked and multiple checked just to make sure. Moving back from that, as standard A2 or government-based front sight post, which I prefer quite a lot. It's exactly what I'm running on my weapon. Moving back from that, this is actually a Midwest Industries quadrail, kind of designed off of, the Knight's armament. Now, I wanted a Knight's armament, but they're kind of hard to find, actually, and they're quite a premium. They go for about $280 to $300 just for a quadrail. So personally, I wasn't willing to go that extra step. It has roughly the same identical functionality, not the visual. And most people, if I wouldn't say anything, they probably wouldn't notice if they're really detailed into, cloning and other things like that. I also have a Knight's armament forend up here, which this is one of the old school ones, the older ones, which actually isn't chopped down, surprisingly, because they like to do that quite a bit. This was a legitimate one, which are kind of hard to find too. Moving over, I have the proper light, which this is an Insight M3. These are a little difficult to find as well. You can still find them out there. I found a lot of these parts on eBay, honestly. If you just kind of scrounge around, look around for what you need, then you'll probably find it over time. I know these go for about $100, along with the tape switch on the other side, which is not matching color, but mine didn't match either for a while on my actual duty weapon. So this is the Insight dual pressure pad, which goes to the PEC 2 and to the flashlight, so you can do both. Sling I'm running is a Blue Force gear or a Vickers tactical sling. This is exactly the same sling that we got issued, and I currently still run on my duty rifle, which is exactly clone specific. Same with the PEC 2. The PEC 2 is a reasonably clone specific IR sighting device, really close to the actual real deal. Still emits an IR, just not up into that government range. There's a whole bunch of details on that. Maybe another video I'll get into it. Moving back further to that is the M68. This is a Comp M2 from Aimpoint. So this one is actually my original that I purchased probably almost a decade ago, and you can see it is well worn and beat because I've used this optic. I've taken it off multiple firearms and transitioned it around all the time and really enjoyed this optic. Still goes. This is exactly clone specific for my weapon as well. Moving back from that, if I recall, this is a Matech rear sight. This is what, in my duty position, I was issued and still am issued, is this particular backup sight. These are kind of hard to find a little bit too. You can scrounge around like I said, eBay, gun broker, things like that, and you can really find them if you want. I think they go for probably about $100. That's what I picked mine up for. Nothing too special. The back, there's nothing special back here. A common or a standard older just stock. Along Sling we already talked about. The internals are BCM, so they're not technically government, even though BCM does a lot of government stuff. Standard, the A2 or the standard charging handle for it, nothing fancy, no extended latch or anything like that. On the side here, I do actually, from Carolina Laser Works, has one of the UID tags. Now my rifle also has one, mine has a circle one, but technically to be clone specific, you need one of the length ones, which I don't know why the military gave me the one that I have. That was probably the older school one, probably like a 2002-ish, circa roughly, is my rifle that I use. And these are awesome. They're really cheap. Carolina Laser Works makes them. You can order them. You can customize them to say whatever you want. I have it covered up just so y'all can't see my serial number because I don't want that information out there. Standard lower. I know my rifle, I actually kind of took off the nub here. I preferably do not like it on my rifle. That was a newer thing that I did. Don't tell anybody. Next is, this is actually property US government. This is a Palmetto State lower, which actually is really cool. They do that kind of throwback. Recently I had somebody that I found out that can actually engrave the Colt logo onto this, and I had them do it. So this is a very, very close, other than a happy switch, which obviously I don't have at the moment. I have kind of others on different weapons, but not on this one because it costs a lot of money. So just for training wise and everything like that, this is a very accurate clone. Now if I want to be particular about it, this was my first issued rifle. I had the PEC 2, I upgraded to the PEC 15, but my PLC is currently riding on my 11.5 inch, and that's what I kind of dedicate my night vision gun to. And this can be used as a night vision gun as well. That one just works a little bit more better. I'll probably go into this pistol build in a different video. But just to kind of give you all the rundown and everything, that is my clone build. It is pretty reasonably accurate, as much as I'm willing to get it there, because it has all the small things that needed. Just kind of need that Knight's Armament forend, which I don't really feel like getting because it's very expensive. But if you guys kind of like this stuff or want more details on it, definitely comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to go over some more firearms. I could probably show some footage of shooting it and enjoying it. It's a joy to shoot. I really like it, and it's really nice to cross over between my rifle, and when I'm off duty I can train with this. So soon I'll be swapping it out for an ACOG, because that's what I recently just got issued on mine. So we're going to go from there. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, like I said, like, subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great day.